The future is female.
Future is female.
You're a female. You are the future.
The future is female.
The future is female.
The future is female.
Yeah, the future is female. I definitely agree with that statement. If I look at my profession, for instance, I would say that increasingly that women have the skills to adapt to being solicitors. So, for instance, you need to be able to listen actively to your clients. You need to be able to have the patience to do the drudge work, and the drudge work in this instance means things like filing, like maintaining files. You need to be able to plan ahead. So even when it comes to things like disbursements on your file, I think that these are all skills that are taught to women, and it's not necessarily with men. If you look at the ratios as well, when I started in practice, it was predominantly male. So if I look at the ratio of male to female in my firm as of maybe early 2020, before the pandemic, we were looking at maybe 2 men to about 8 women. And I've seen that in lots of legal aid firms. And I saw that in a firm, as if I'm going back in my mind as far back as 2006, I remember being in a larger practice, and the ratio was round about that. There just weren't many men on the ground. They were thin on the ground, unless you took into account the IT team, the finance team. It was predominantly female. And that's not to say that we want to do away with men, but I think that to a certain extent, some of the biases in terms of how the girl child is raised. So you're raised to be able to do housekeeping, and that means budgeting, that means keeping an eye on people, that means doing like I said, the drudge work, which in terms of being a lawyer, that would just maintaining your file to a very high standard. And it would mean that you can adapt when the coronavirus hits, you can adapt the way you work, you can adapt strategies. It all favors the way the world brings up the girl child. And that, I think, is paying off for women in general. And that's why I think that the future is female.
Hello, it's Onoasi here. And if you're a female, you are the future. But you say why? Well, it's because of, one of the reasons is because of injustice, oppression, and ingratitude. For injustice, from one generation to the other, women have been given much more burden to carry than they should, and this has made her stronger, witty, and rugged. For oppression, we have been oppressed in different aspects of society, and this has made us resourceful despite the status quo of society. And for ingratitude, well, the great contributions of women to building the society has been played down or completely overlooked. But God, who is our creator and hates injustice and oppression, is turning the tides for our good. And he is rewarding every single sacrifice, price that has been paid, and effort that we are making to contribute to a better future. So you better stand in position, and you better keep pushing, because you are the future.
The future is female. This statement returns us back to how the Creator originally ordained things to be. The head and heart must align in order to restore balance. Creation swings in balance. Everything we have done up till now has always been intellectually calculated. The voice of the Spirit was relegated to the background. The spirit uses the intuition as its vehicle or tool, and woman is endowed with the gift of intuition. For progress to ensue, woman must awaken this voice of her spirit, which has been slumbering for many earth lives. When the voice of the spirit is given its rightful due, woman shall become the light bearer, the one who shines the torch in darkness. A light bearer shows the way and becomes the guide. A guide automatically becomes the leader. When woman allows the voice of her spirit to come alive, she will light a fire for what is good and noble in the hearts of men and children. She will make her surroundings beautiful. She will restore grace to herself, which will give her respect. There is no woman too small to make a change, as long as she awakens to her feminine self. In the words of John Adams, the former president of the United States of America, if woman should lose sight of her moral compass, no other governmental agency will be able to save the nation. The change we want to see in the world must first start from women. The feminine energy brings transformative change, and our intuition is the greatest gift and tool for positive change. Every man has a womanly influence of some sort. This could be a mother, a wife, a sister, friend, or teacher. When women stand for what is good and become exemplary in their conduct, men and children will follow. Having said this, it is important to note that woman is a reflection of the thought forms that hover over her people. She is wired to attract good and bad thoughts to herself and act accordingly. Therefore, if the family, society, and nation change their thoughts towards the woman by respecting and honoring her, woman will change herself accordingly. The way you see the woman is how she will act towards you. If you see a queen in her, she will carry herself in like manner. But if you see a slave or even a sex toy in her, she will again behave accordingly. Therefore, when our thinking and intuitive perceiving are pure, womanhood will become noble, and so would our nation. The future is indeed female.
We say the future is female as a personal reminder to ourselves that each of us has a voice and that we must own it. Despite all the challenges we face, step up, speak out, dare greatly, and lead boldly.
The future is truly female because she has all the strength, everything that has been given to her by the Creator to make this world a better place. The future is female because with her and the beautiful changes she can make, the future will be a beautiful place for everyone to live in. The future is female because she is the only one that the Creator has given the ability for offsprings to pass through her. And she also has the strength to decide such offsprings that will pass through her. And if these offsprings are the good ones, they can collectively make this future a better place for each and every one of us. And the earth will truly, truly be a beautiful place to live in. The future is female because she owns that future. Because she has the ability to change everything. So, this is why the future is female.
The future is female because we're at a point in history where our world needs to shift to being more accommodating for women, so we as humans can be more impactful. And who better to activate this if not women? For as long as humans have existed, society has attributed certain traits to certain genders. Male are looked on as strong, while the female are looked on as weak. How we think about gender is important because gender directly relates to the systems that surround us: politics, economics, culture, name it. Therefore, when values of superiority and inferiority become assigned to different genders, these sentiments manifest themselves in other spheres of society. It's because of these long-time traditions that we've had to coin days like International Women's Day, which started as a call for women's equality and celebrating those who have enacted change, such as Rosa Parks and Frida Kahlo. We as today's society women must do our parts in enacting change